G'day guys, Will here, welcome back to the channel. So it is my first race in the Aussie Supercars today. So very excited to see how this goes. I've done quite a bit of practice over the last couple of days, testing out the brand new FANATEC DD2 wheelbase that you can see in front of me here, as well as the new Porsche 911 GT3R rim as well. And there are of course reviews coming up very soon for both of those, including my first drive experience that I've already filmed. But today's video is simply just a race in the Aussie Supercars. So as I was saying, done a little bit of practice around Road America this week, probably about 20 or 30 laps or so. Managed to tweak my setup a little bit, and as we showed in my first drive in these cars, there is a lot of stuff that you can adjust to tweak the setup, and I'm still sort of very much learning my way around this car, but I managed to get my lap times down into the 209s this evening driving around this track. So I know the really quick guys are doing about 205s, still quite a way off the pace here, but I feel like we're at a point where at least we should hopefully be able to get a decent race out of this, be semi-competitive, and hopefully make up some positions throughout the race and provide some entertainment for you guys. So without further ado, let's jump in and see what we can get done. Alright, so we'll head straight out for qualifying. We don't have a whole lot of time to dilly-dally around on this track. It's quite a long track, so we need to get around. So, new tyre model, let's just talk about that quickly for a little bit, because it has changed again since my first drive video in the ZB Commodore the other day. There's been a couple of hot fixes that have come out in the last week or two, or last week rather, and they've addressed things like the car rolling over when you hit a curb, which is obviously kind of important, but also made some adaptations and adjustments to the tyre model as well. And it definitely seems to feel a lot better just in the laps of practice that I've done. It doesn't take quite so long to warm up now, which is nice, but you do feel the tyres progressively, not necessarily falling off a cliff, but wearing throughout the course of a race, which is nice because it's not something that I've felt to the same extent and so progressively in any other car to this point. The Skip Barbers and the Porsches previously last season, they, you know, you did feel tyre wear, but it wasn't as significant as to really have to adapt your driving style too much. Now I know that the fast guys are adjusting their anti-roll bars throughout the course of a race as well to compensate for tyre wear and things like that. I'm not up to that level just yet. Obviously I'm not you know, playing with setups massively or anything. I have done a little bit of tweaking to the baseline setup, just lowering the ride height and adding a little bit more camber, which probably will contribute to tyre wear. It'll be interesting to see how it handles throughout the course of a race. But yeah, definitely think they've done a good job with the tyre model so far, but we'll see how everybody goes throughout the race. And yeah, let's focus on preparing for our qualifying lap now. Alright, here we go. Bit of a lock up there, but we still pulled her up. Used a bit more track, not quite aggressive enough. See if we can learn from that from the next lap. Trying to use a bit more of the track than I normally do. I get criticised quite a lot for not using enough of the track, and I know that it's a bit of a habit of mine, especially learning a new car, but I'm trying to break that habit at the moment. So let me know how I'm doing, let me know if I'm extending enough or whether I should be using even more. Definitely could use more track there. feels like an okay lap. Maybe a 209 if we're lucky. Oh yeah, 209.6. That's not too bad.
You've just done a 209.7.
Pretty happy with that. Not a PB, but not far off. A little slow there. Scruffy through that section. Screwed that up too. Carried a bit more speed there, might have made up for the mistakes elsewhere. Alright, 204.7, that is quick. We got some quick guys in this session, far out. Oh boy. Slightly slower than my first lap in fact, so yeah, I thought I made a couple of mistakes through the mid-sector there, so yeah. But anyway, still pretty happy with that lap for a first attempt. We're 12th on the grid now. I'm assuming it's a full grid, so we'll bring it in. Probably do a couple of practice launches actually. Might try and do that now before we run out of time. Anyway, I'll see you at the start of the race. Alright, so we ended up P12 out of 27 on the grid, so pretty happy with that for a first attempt. A little nervous about the launch here though, because I'm tending to spin my wheels or bog down completely now. Bogging down is better than spinning your wheels. Once you start spinning your wheels, it's very hard. You basically have to come to almost to a stop and then start again, otherwise you just skid all over the place. Dave Cam actually did a really funny video the other day just showing his first launch and it was a bit of a mess. Mine was no better, so don't worry about that, Dave. But let's see how we go here, I guess. Yeah, I'll just do my best and try to keep it as clean as I possibly can. Right in the middle, sandwiched in the middle of the pack today, so it's going to be difficult, but hopefully the quality of driving in this series is a little higher than we've seen in some of the previous series we've done. Alright, here we go.
Laps. Alright, well, are you ready? Watch for the lights.
Almost forgot to put it in gear there.
Green, green, green.
Whoa. Got a Sinfinity rig in front of us. There we go.
Hold your line. Clear left. Car left.
Let's take it nice and easy through here. Don't want any chaos.
Left side. Hold your line. Still there. Clear left. On your left.
Oh, we've got a spinner behind us. Okay. Well, that is the most scary part of the race, hopefully successfully negotiated. Looking forward to my Sinfinity rig coming. Should hopefully have it in January or February as we're standing at the moment, so that's very exciting. Got some really exciting reviews coming up after that as well, some really high-end gear, so...
Nice to have the board mentioned for trying to race every
Very excited about that, but need to concentrate on this race at the moment. Get the tyres warmed up and then settle into a rhythm. Just a little bit of push understeer there.
Yay. Thanks, Ron.
Okay, Will, don't let this guy distract you.
Oh, I did the same thing. I was in such a habit of doing that. Somebody messes up in front of me and I do exactly the same thing. Oh no, no! Oh, come on. My own stupid fault there. Let's see if we can make up some positions. Just completely missed my braking point. That was dumb.
The gap to front.
Oh, it's a long race in front of us.
It's now 2.5.
Forgot you got to move the braking point forward when the tyres are cold. Alright, come on. So we're back in 12th position, which is where we started, I think. So I
Behind us now, 0.7.
think that's where we started. 12th, I can't even remember now. I'm concentrating so hard. Oh, we got a spin. Unsafe re-entry. Maybe. Seemed a little bit unsafe from my perspective at least. Up to 11th. Alright, let's not screw this up again.
The leader's just done it, 205.7.
We got some quick guys, that's for sure. So how many of you guys have actually tried out these new supercars? How are you finding them? I absolutely love them. They move around a lot, but they're not as aggressive under braking as the Porsche 911 is,
Yellow
which
flag.
is really nice to me at least. It's I find the Porsche is really rewarding, but the tiniest little error and you just can't recover from it. You just spin on a dime. But these are a little bit more forgiving, but not so much that they're easy to drive. So yeah, really loving these cars. I think this is my favorite car in iRacing at the moment. Haven't driven every single car, but I've driven a lot of them, and this is definitely at the top of the list at the moment. Alright, come on, Michael Frost.
The gap behind is now 1.5.
Alright. Getting a little bit braver through here now.
I mean, no straightaway speed or traffic will stop. Catch up with the
Got a Mustang bearing down on us now. Came out of nowhere.
Make him do all the work. Focus on your exits. Your last lap time was at 2:10.2.
Right side. Still there.
Having plenty of racing
Hold your
room
line.
there.
Still there.
Rather try and keep it clean than battle too
Hold your line.
aggressively.
Hold your line. Clear right.
Oh, Will. Come on, mate. Defend your position.
On your right.
And back again.
Still there. Clear right.
Pretty happy with that. I'm not getting nice speed through that little section there.
Car left.
Just blitzing past me.
Hold your line. Clear left.
Fucking hell,
Whoops.
defend these positions.
I am Jim. Outbraked himself. Thought that might happen. The aim of this race is to just try to keep it clean and learn from other people, I think. I'm not going to race too aggressively. I will pick up the aggression level as we progress through the season, obviously, but just want to get a feel for it at the moment. Don't want to piss anybody off on my debut.
You're reeling. Frost. The gap is now 1.5.
Quarter of the way there now. It's a long race. Definitely need more practice through there. I'm losing a lot of time. I think it's just bravery is my issue. Not committing fully. Oh, another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust.
The gap behind has now decreased to 1.0.
What are you talking about, Jim? Stop talking trash. You have no idea what you're talking about, buddy.
P10.
now I'm expecting these tyres are going to start to get a little bit scruffy pretty soon, so I want to try and put in some decent times while I still can.
There's an incident in the carousel.
Oh, is it in front of us or behind us? Trying to follow his line here. I think maybe there's something in the setup as well, because other people seem to be able to carry a lot more speed. It could just be my crappy driving, but I got a feeling that something in my setup is not quite giving me the turn in that these guys have. Maybe the anti-roll bars aren't quite stiff enough or something like that. But now isn't the time to be experimenting with stuff. We'll do that in practice later on.
Gap 2, Frost. Ahead is now 1.1 seconds.
We are catching him slowly, or at least staying with him.
Fastest lap. That lap was a 2:10.0.
Alright, let's see if we can spook him. Push him into a mistake. Push myself into a mistake, more likely. Or not. That felt a little better. Maybe it is just the line. Get a good exit and draft him. Got a lapped car that's doing the right thing and moving out of the way. Good man. Thank you, Kane.
That lap time was 2:10.5.
Scruffy. Jeremy's right up with us now.
0.2.
Copying other people's mistakes again.
Okay, Will, hold your nerve, just keep it smooth, no mistakes. He's faster than you, entering turn 1.
See ya.
On your right, clear right.
Alright, halfway. Oh, we got another one off. Oh, he's spinning. No, he kept it together. Oh, starting to get some understeer now. Tyres are changing, gonna have to adapt to it. That's the problem, my confidence gets rattled when things like that happen, and then I end up going slower or making mistakes or both. Ignore your mirrors, Will. Ignore your mirrors. Just drive.
Okay, well, the next car is Fisher.
Second gap to the next car. Bit of a slide. Yeah, the grip levels are definitely changing now.
The guy behind's catching. The gap's now 0.7.
Don't tell me that, Jim.
Faster than you in 2.5.
At least the draft's not very strong in these cars. That
The
helps.
lap time was 2:10.4. Okay, well, the lap times are pretty consistent.
Missed a downshift there. Bad exit. He's going to be all over me. Overcooked it. That's a good thing for me. Had a feeling he might do that. Just gotta stay focused. We are actually closing the gap in front as well, not by much, but boy. Alright, the pressure's off a little bit from behind now. That helps. Let's see if we can just focus on some good lap times now. He says as he completely misses an apex. check how my fuel's doing quickly. 9 laps remaining, that looks okay.
We're halfway home. We think about 8 laps of fuel remaining.
Halfway home on lap 11 of 19. Jim, I think you might need to go back to primary school, mate. Slow through there. Need to practice that sector.
Now 1.9
Slide again. Now we're holding this gap in front at 8 seconds.
That was 210.8.
So how does the ARB adjustment work throughout the race? What do you guys do to adjust it? Whoa. Almost did a Porsche Cup special there. Almost went arse over tit. Don't go on the dirt. Yeah, I definitely need to move my brakes a little bit further back now in terms of my markers, rather. Front tyres just aren't quite biting like they were before. Jeremy's right back with me again now, unfortunately. Good for you guys, though. It'll make it a little bit more interesting. Back end starting to slide around now too.
seconds.
Still 8-second gap in front. Come on. Still 1-second gap to the guy behind. I'm not feeling confident on these tyres anymore though.
Yellow flag, watch out. Incident in
Oh.
zone 1. Looks like it's Fisher.
That helps us. Up to 9th again. Or is that 8th? I can't even remember. I don't have the overlay like you guys can see. I think it's 8th. The relative box doesn't update until the end of the lap, so... What? Don't spin.
Car right. Clear right.
Oh, now at least we got a battle.
Come on, Will. Don't let him get away.
Back end just got away from me, unfortunately. Oh, we've got a battle on our hands now, though. At least it makes it a little bit more exciting for the viewers. Or not. Out on our own now, unfortunately. 9-second gap to go in front.
Relax, focus, keep it smooth. 8th place. You've got about 4 laps of fuel left.
About 4 laps of fuel left with 4 laps remaining is a little bit of a scary prospect. .9 laps, okay, we should be okay. Just.
The track temps increasing. It's now 28 Celsius. to Bishop. Behind is increasing. It's now
Good to hear.
0.9.
So I'm still trying to decide what other car, if any, I'm going to drive this season in iRacing as well. I think I might just try, instead of trying to do 2 series, I think I might focus on the V8s and maybe just sort of mix it up with the other series, just try different things throughout the course of the season. I also, this season, want to try out different sims a bit more as well. I want to start trying to give Assetto Corsa and Competizione a bit more of a try as well. I know that the content's been a little bit focused on iRacing of late, and I want to try and fix that up for you guys. I've just been so strapped for time lately, but I want to get back into F1 2019 as well, because I miss that. It was a lot of fun. I know it's not the most realistic sim in the world, but it's a lot of fun. I'm thinking I might do another career mode. I kind of abandoned the previous one because I was driving the Merc, and because the car's fast, it was kind of making the races a little bit boring doing the 100% career mode. But I'm thinking maybe driving something a little slower, like a McLaren or something maybe, and sorry McLaren, but you know, sort of battling in the midfield with the same AI levels rather than sort of challenging out the front and running away with it. So I think that could be a little bit more interesting. So let me know if that's something that you'd be keen to see as well. Do want to try and get more streams happening as well. I've been talking to a bunch of you guys in the iRacing section on, or the general chat section rather, on my Discord community recently. Shameless plug for that. Links in the description below if you're not already in our Discord community. We just cracked over 700 members, in fact, so that's awesome. But yeah, we've had some problems recently with the FANATEC affiliate program went offline for about a month, and that is the primary source of income for this channel. So that's been a very, very scary time for me and my family. About 90% of the channel's income just disappeared. So that is supposedly fixed now, it looks like. I haven't heard anything official, but started seeing some clicks coming through again a couple of days ago. So hopefully that's fixed now, which means rather than having to spend all my time doing contract work to feed the family, I can start getting back into more content again. So obviously we have the review of the DD2, which I'm actually got to say I'm really impressed with so far. We've got the review of the Porsche wheel as well that I'm using at the moment, and a bunch of more high-end stuff as well, as I mentioned before, so that's really exciting. But yeah, really loving this car. It's a shame that this race hasn't turned out to be quite so exciting. First 10 laps were okay, but the closing stages are a little bit boring, kind of out on my own a bit. Something might happen in front though, but it's really fun to sort of feel how the tyres progressively wear. They've done a really good job with this new tyre model. Very impressed with it. So if you jumped into these cars in the first couple of days and then weren't particularly impressed, I recommend giving them another go with the last hotfix. And I think there's another hotfix coming out. I think I saw on the 18th of December as well. I'm not sure what that's addressing. But yeah, this car is really, really good now. So check it out, guys, if you haven't already. It's a lot of fun to drive. As I said before, very playful, but a little bit more forgiving than the Porsches are. You're a little less likely to just sort of, you know, loop the back end unexpectedly. It will do it, as you saw before, almost spun, but you're able to sort of catch it a little bit more gracefully than you can in the Porsche, which helps. So yeah, give it a drive, guys. Let me know what you think. The engine sounds really nice as well.
There's an incident in Canada Corner.
Oh, another one.
Briggs.
That helps. Is that 7th place now? Yes, it is. Nice.
2 to go. 2 laps of fuel remaining.
Oopsies, that was a mistake. Looks like he had a bit of a slide there too. I was just looking in my mirrors. He got a little bit out of shape out of that turn as well. So he's not going to come right up on me like I thought he might. It's a shame I got that incident point early on now, because we kept it clean the rest of the entire race. My own stupid fault though. Nobody to blame but myself for that one. We got Bathurst next week in this car as well. Looking at the season, looking at the schedule, that's going to be interesting. Bathurst is not a strong track for me, as you guys saw, but a track that I definitely enjoy. So I'm going to try and put in as much practice as I can this week. It's a very busy week for me though. I've got this PC build that you saw some videos on the other day as well, which I've got to finish off. Try and deliver that this week too, so there'll be some videos on that later on in the week. Got to do all the water cooling piping for it next, so just waiting on a couple of parts to arrive. Oh, he's coming into the pits behind me. Must have run out of fuel. Final lap.
Briggs behind is pitting now. With 1 more lap to go, we think you'll be out of fuel on the next lap.
That's okay, as long as it's not on this lap. Almost there. Don't crash now, come on. I'm not even gonna look at my fuel, I'm just gonna send it, as they say. Lick the stamp. Really hope Danny Rick has a better season this season, Formula 1.
Litres left.
There's been a lot of talk about his performance, but I mean, obviously he was getting paid an absolutely exorbitant amount. Exorbitant? That's probably not the right word to describe how much somebody's being paid, is it? That's, yeah, being paid a obscene amount, I should say. So it makes sense for you to go to a team that pays you 4 times as much as the previous one, but I do hope he has a better season, because I do miss seeing him on the podium. Anyway, speaking of podiums, we didn't get one, but I'm pretty happy with the 7th place from 12th, especially with that mistake on lap 1, but above all, really loving this car. This is the best car that I've driven in iRacing, hands down. Oh, I'm running out of fuel now as I cross the line. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. I'm literally running out of fuel now. That is crazy, as I cross the line. Woo! Alright, let's pull her up and have a look at some replay action. Alright, so let's get to the chopper and have a look. That was a terrible Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonation. Get to the chopper, Toto Wolf. Oh, we got a decent launch, and then I kind of went, oh, you know what? I'm just going to back right out of this. I didn't want to try and send it up the inside there. I thought about it. I won't lie. I did think about it, but why am I still wearing my seatbelt? I always do that. One out on the wide, on the ripples there, on the dirt, I should say. Oh, there's another spin. We'll have a look at the incidents in just a moment as well, but fast forward a little bit and find some action. So a little bit of a lock up on the front left there. Gained a couple more spots through here though. And then this is where I really need to, I think this is where I'm losing the most time throughout my lap. Through this section here. I'm just not carrying enough speed. So you can see the guys behind. Oh, we've got some chaos. Oh, into the wall. We're going to have to look at that incident. But yeah, through that section I'm just losing so much time. And then I completely overcooked it. Lost more speed. And then I completely screwed up the last corner as well. So you'll see me go spearing off in just a moment. There we go, locked up the front right and into the dirt. So how many positions did we lose? 1, 2, kept it off the wall just. 3, 4, and 5. So we lost 5 positions from that. But I feel like in the end we kind of ended up making up most of those again. And I think the people that were in front of me would have run away with it anyway because they were quite a lot quicker. We'll have a look at the results in a moment to confirm that. We gained another spot here, guy running off the track. Down the inside. It wasn't an unsafe re-entry as much as I thought it was. It felt when I was driving like he kind of just came back onto the racing line, but that was fine. Policeman Will says it was fine. Then we had a nice little battle here with this clean skin Mustang. I keep on saying Falcon. I keep on almost saying Falcon. So he got up alongside me here. I think he ended up making a mistake and binning it from memory. So I knew he was going to come through there, and I left him plenty of space. Tried to get a faster exit, but didn't really work out for me. So side by side all the way down here. But I just wanted to leave a lot of racing room in this race. I didn't want to defend too aggressively because I'm getting a feel for it. Trying to figure out, and he did really well there because he pulled back into the racing line as soon as he got past me and blocked me sort of shooting back down the inside. But he overcooked it. And we got back down the inside again. Oh, we got out of shape there too. And then a little later on the same lap, he got past me again. This was where I'm just slow through here. I don't know whether it's set up on my line or what it is, but I definitely need to work on that for the next time we race on this track. Just got so much more speed than me. There was nothing I could really do here. I knew he was going to be coming past one way or another. So just tried to cover the inside line and hope that he would make a mistake. And sure enough, there it is. And bam, straight into the wall. So lap 8, and this is where we were having our little three-way battle here. Love a good three-way. I mean, nothing. And yeah, he ran off into the dirt. We were pressurizing him for quite a while there, and he ended up just making a mistake. It's a shame there were a lot of mistakes in this race, a lot of battles that could have been that didn't end up eventuating because people made mistakes, including myself. But we found ourselves ahead of this little pack here. And I think from here on it was pretty much just smooth sailing. So we might have a look at some of the incidents. Alright, incidents. Let's see. Whoa. What are we going to have here? Wheel in the dirt. Well, that was an exciting incident. Thank you, iRacing. Wheel in the dirt by the looks of things. A few of you guys have been... Oh, there's one. Oh, that's the guy that ended up with us later on in the race. So he must have really had some pace to... he's gone into... It must have been somebody else. A lot of you guys have been asking me in the comments how to skip through incidents. It is control and number pad 3. One straight on into the gravel there. Another one behind as well. Cars everywhere. Oh, another one into the wall. Oh! Oh, chaos. Better have a closer look at that one. Alright, let's have a look at what happened here. So cars into the gravel, cars out braking, cars ramming each other, and right across the track. Oh, ouch. Oh. Knock-on effect. That car is very, very damaged. Alright, keep going. The chrome looks nice on that track racer car. What's going on here? Oh, wheel in the dirt. So a nice little battle up front. Hopefully one day we'll get there. Oh, no, no. Oh, I thought he was going to go off then. So overtake move here. Down the inside. Nicely done. Does he get the switch back though? Oh, a bit of a drift. Another one coming in. Oh, these guys had an awesome battle. Quality driving as well. I'm really excited about this season. I'm really excited about this series. It seems like good cars, good quality driving for the most part, it seems, so far. And yeah, it's got all the right ingredients, all the necessary ingredients for an awesome season. Feeling pumped. Let's see. Fast forward a bit more. One more overtake move here as well. It seems to be it for major incidents, but we'll just have a look at this overtake here and then we'll have a look at our results. Nicely down the inside. Oh, what's going to happen here? Oh, good. All right, let's take a look at our results. Okay, so we ended up in 7th position. Our best lap was a 209.993, which is okay. Got some 205s there, 207, 209, 210. So we weren't the slowest by any means, but we definitely weren't the fastest. But the pace is okay. But more importantly, how did we go here? We got plus 48 on our iRating, which is nice. I really want to try and get my iRating up above 2,000. And up to 4.55 on my Class B license there. So need to do those MPR races to get up to Class A now. I've been sitting on Class B for a lot longer than I needed to just because I haven't wanted to spend the money on the tracks. But a couple of you guys have joined iRacing using my link in the description below, which has helped out with a bit of coin in the iRacing bank. So I might go ahead and do that to get up to Class A, I think, in the next couple of weeks once things calm down a little bit. But yeah, look, overall very happy with that result. Kept it relatively clean other than that mistake on lap 1. And yeah, look, really, really loving these cars so far. Quality of driving seems to be quite high from everybody else as well, at least so far. And yeah, really loving it. So definitely would encourage you guys to check it out. Hopefully I will get to see some of you guys on the track. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribed and hit the notification bell as well so you don't miss the next couple of videos. As I mentioned before, we are reviewing the DD2 from FANATEC at the moment, as well as the brand new Porsche 911 GT3R wheel. I think I got that right. And yeah, a bunch of content coming. The PC build videos are going to be finishing, and we're going to be getting into a lot more varied content, different sims. Going to do some Assetto courses, some F1 2019 again. We might even get into doing some rally and some dirt track stuff as well. I've been really itching to check out the trucks and the sprint cars as well, something I've never driven before. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of really interesting stuff coming up in the very near future. But if you want to pick up any of the gear you've seen in this video, including the DD2 and the Porsche 911 GT3R rim, links are in the description below, and a small amount of the profit from those sales comes to me to helping out with the channel, which is what makes all of this possible. So thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart for all your support there. Really do appreciate it. But that is it for today. I will see you again soon with these reviews. Thanks for watching. Bye.